So there's two things I really want to cover in this video. Number one, I know I originally said that I was going to do a 347 stroker in this, but from the time of recording that video to the time of recording this video, some things have changed and some other options came up that are actually better than the 347. Considered repainting this car on my own in the garage. So I want to go over the pluses and minuses of that and ask those of you, have you painted your own cars before and how did it come out? And was it as difficult as it kind of seems from the outside? This is also the first video that I'm recording with the external microphone. I used to always run a Rode video mic as an external microphone on all my equipment that I use, and having to yell from this distance to the camera with that setup was, I think, a little bit much with the Foxbody. With the Cobra it wasn't too bad, but so I decided to switch to an external wireless mic. So let me know how the sound quality is compared to the last couple videos that still had the Rode mic attached to the camera, and how it sounds overall compared to that. So I'm sure everyone's probably thinking the worst thing possible, that I'm putting an LS-based motor in the Foxbody.
Oh my god. You're gonna do what?
But that couldn't be further from the truth. I think those of you that have been with the channel for a while probably realize that that's not something that I would really do. But it's also not going to be a 347. I sent the email out to fordstrokers.com and asked about doing the 347 build. I told them my goal for the car, it was going to be turboed later on down the road, and I wanted 700 horsepower was my goal. And I received an email back very quickly after I sent it, and the reply was, you can do a 363 stroker for the same price. And it didn't take much arm twisting for me to pretty much change course and decide to do a 363 stroker instead of the 347. The only thing that really changed with doing that was it did require better heads. The build for the 347 stroker would have been AFR 185s. But since I'm going to a 363 stroker now, it changes things a little bit, so I did upgrade the heads to the AFR 205s. The difference in the entire build was only $600 to do that, so not really bad overall to get more cubes out of it and more power NA and less boost that I'll have to run for the setup with the turbo on it to reach the horsepower, range that I really want to be with the car. It won't be in this video because I don't have all the specs sitting right in front of me, but I will sit down and do a video of the breakdown of the entire build for the 363 stroker, all the parts going into it, all that stuff, crank, rods, all the little bits and pieces. So I'll do a full breakdown on the motor build in a later video, but I just can't remember everything off the top of my head, just driving around for this video to do that. So picking this video up about a week and a half later, what happened was the battery died on my camera, so I pulled over to change the battery, which is no big deal. That happens when recording in-car stuff. But what happened was I noticed that the video was not focused after that. For some reason my camera didn't focus on my face and the video was extremely blurry, and I can't leave it like that and publish it like that, so I decided to record this when I had the car out at another time. And when I left this off, I was talking about the possibility of painting this car and should I do it. There's pros and cons to it. The biggest pro is that you're getting out of it a lot cheaper than what it would be to take it to a shop to have it fully painted. Now, being that this is going to be a color change on the car, there's a lot that needs to be done, and I would be looking at probably $10,000 to $15,000 for a complete full paint job to get done. So I started looking at what it would take to paint this car at home in my garage. And I think the conclusion that I finally decided on is that I'm going to do a combination of both. What I mean by that is this winter the plan is to pull out the engine and the transmission for the new engine going in for the springtime. And while the engine is out, I want to paint the bay, the engine bay, because it doesn't make any sense to put the new engine in as it is right now and then have to pull it out again to get the engine bay repainted at another point. That's completely counterproductive and stupid to do it that way. So I want to paint the engine bay when this 306 comes out for when the new motor goes in. So I will plan on doing that part myself. As far as the rest of it goes, the amount of time that it takes to actually paint a car, I mean actually laying down the paint, the primer and the paint and the clear coat, it doesn't take that long. The majority of the cost when it comes to painting a car is all the prep work that goes into it. All the body work, all the sanding, everything. And I've often heard the term that your paint job is only as good as your prep work that you do preparing all the body panels for paint. And as I said in another video, I'm having different body kit put on this too. So a lot of it's going to be painted off the car. So what I've decided to do is to prep all of the parts myself and to sand the car myself, to take out all of the prep work, which is realistically the most expensive part, and then take the car somewhere to have it sprayed. And I'll already have the engine bay done. So I think that will kind of be the best of both worlds, because when I looked into the cost of even buying everything myself and making like a makeshift paint booth in my garage and everything all said and done, it was still going to be a fairly sizable investment. And the downside to all this, when I said there's ups and downs to all of this, the upside being you're not spending as much doing it yourself, but the downside is if I do this all myself and actually paint it myself, what if it doesn't come out that good? And I'm disappointed with how it looks. I just really don't want my first paint job attempt to be on a car that I wanted to come out looking really, really well in the end. Now, I don't think this car will ever be the caliber of winning car shows at like Carlisle and big national shows like that, like the LMR show in Texas. I don't think this car will ever be that caliber, but I want it to be really nice. And I don't want something that comes out with lots of drips and orange peel and just all kinds of problems. I just don't want to have to deal with that. So I think the best route is to prep the car, like I said, do all the prep work on my own. That way it cuts down on the major costs of what it costs to paint a car. You just bring it to a place that's reputable, does really good work, and just have them spray the primer and spray the base and spray the clear. And that way it only costs me hopefully a couple $1,000 instead of looking at a $10,000 to $15,000 bill overall. The other issue too with paint is getting the temperature just right. If it's too hot, if it's too humid, and there's all kinds of variables with temperature that I can't control in my garage. So it's a real limited amount of time where I could have perfect conditions to paint in my garage, and whether I had the time or not to do it at that exact time, who knows. So taking it to a place that's better set up for it will result in a better paint job in the end. So I think that's the route that I'm going to go most likely at this point. So let me know what you guys think. What do you think about the change with the 363 stroker with the turbo added to that? This is going to be a pretty nasty build in the end. So I'm happy to be going forward with this build now. Let me know if you guys have painted your own stuff, the good and the bad that you guys may have encountered with doing the same thing. You know, maybe someday I'll paint some stuff on my own, but for this car, I want it to come out looking really, really nice, and I just don't want to screw it up, even though I've watched a ton of videos and I have confidence in myself to do it, but in the end, I would just rather have the gun in someone else's hand and take the majority of painting it, so I know that it comes out well. If you just happened to stumble upon this video, there'll be lots more Foxbody stuff and mods coming as time goes on with this car. If you'd like to sub, the button is down below. It's absolutely free, and I'd really appreciate it if you did sub. If you made it this far, do you enjoy the video, make sure to leave it a like. But above all else, thanks for watching.